Hey, it's Tony here with another video. I tend to only focus on the things around me. I don't really go into the properties too much. I do go into properties a lot, excuse me. I don't tend to take pictures of myself. I think you don't want to see my ugly mug. You want to buy a house. So I'm at this really unique property that I've had my eye on for quite a while. It's 1609 Denison Avenue. The property is currently listed with Transaction Realty. The property is a VA foreclosure. So there's some addendums, some things that you'll have to do and accept moving forward. But I think this property is a really good opportunity to rent or sell to a young professional person, maybe even a small family looking to be close to downtown, looking to be close to shops. There's some things to do, obviously, with any property in this price range. But I think for the neighborhood, for the amenities, and for the things that come along with it, I think it's a really good deal. Sometimes really good deals do come up through the MLS or through means that people don't necessarily seek out. First things first, drawbacks about this property. It is on the main road. It's right on Denison. However, the garage, and excuse my crappy car, the garage is large enough and the driveway is large enough that technically you could turn around and go out to the traffic facing forward. There's a school directly across the street. That could be a positive or a drawback, depending on the customer that you decide to put inside. A lot of people don't want to live directly near a school, but a lot of people would love to have the opportunity to live within walking distance of a nice school in a nice area. To the right of me, you see somewhere in the distance there, let's see if I can zoom that, you see the highway, and you have direct freeway access to I-76, 176, I-90, 480, and I-77. So a lot of positives in that regard. Let's see if I can bring that back. So about the house itself. Denison connects to Harvard Avenue, and Harvard Avenue runs through Newburgh Heights, up through Slavic Village, and further up into the city of Cleveland, all the way to Warrensville Heights. And I would travel that way down Harvard to Denison to take kids to school and to drop off my significant other at the time to work. So I've been looking at this house for a while. So anyway, let's talk about the house. First things first, we're missing some bricks here on the front porch. I don't think it's a major issue. Looks like the contractors added hand railing. They're required by law, and they do that just in case there's somebody that's interested in the property, happens to walk in, and there's nothing sturdy here for them to grab onto. They don't want a lawsuit, basically. Walking in, first thing you notice is that this property is not typical foreclosure. Somebody with a fair amount of of style and personality on this property. Previously, the kitchen was pretty large. Some of the things may seem a little dated, but at the time that they installed these particular items, this was their preference. So I really like the colors here. I really wouldn't move to change much here. If I was to change the colors here, I would make it black and white just to give it that clean look. That's a closet right off the kitchen. Here's a bedroom with a built-in bookshelf. Again, the person who owned this was probably a veteran who customized his house, his little house, to exactly their needs and what they preferred. And I think they did a good job. Unfortunately, they lost it. So first things first. First thing any investor wants to know is the furnace and hot water tank there, is because those things are usually pretty expensive. This furnace, I believe, would fire up. It's a high efficiency furnace. It looks to be about 10 years old. But it also looks like somebody tried to remove it from the property. I noticed there was a board on one of the windows, and we may have had a situation where someone tried to vandalize the property. This is a newer electrical panel, but I also noticed that some of the wiring, well, all the wiring has been cut. Oh. Really nice property. Unfortunately, whoever owned it hasn't been here in quite a while, so looks like people had gotten in and we're starting to take things apart. Not sure what this pipe goes to, but I don't think it's connected to anything. So you may or may not need a furnace. I would definitely change the hot water tank. It's been sitting for a minimum 3 to 4 years. It's the last time we can pretty much assume that the original owner was here, and it's probably got all kinds of sediment in it. Looks like they had started to place a walk-in shower or combo inside the property, and that has kind of fallen apart, obviously. That stuff is just storage. So it looks like they were trying to set up a small bathroom here, have the sink there, have the beginnings of a bathroom, but obviously they didn't complete, or just didn't work. So off the bat, I noticed that electrical is going to have to be done throughout. We're already in about $5,000 with electrical. Good thing is you don't have to buy a new box. It's just a matter of running the wiring from the box. This furnace, I believe, like I said, will fire up. It's a high efficiency furnace. It's only about 10 years old. Hot water tank, though, I would definitely consider changing that. It may or may not work, but after 3 or 4 years, the sediment in it would be pretty solid. Okay, so going back, yeah. So this is where more than likely people gained access to the property to vandalize it, and it's a shame because the previous owner really put some nice touches in his house, as you can see. Okay, and here's the bathroom. That's interesting. It's definitely something you don't see a lot in these parts. I think it's a nice touch, along with the sink with a mirror there, towel rack. Nice touches. The woodwork and the tile work with the shower. This is a double shower. Somebody really cared about this place. I think the bathroom alone is a great selling point to any potential tenant, in particular a young professional. I think this room is a little too small to be a bedroom. It could be more or less an office. Not sure what they used it for. It looks like they have plenty of lights in it, but I'm not sure what they used it for. It's really small. Could be a kid's playroom or a small child's room. Maybe just a baby. It's an actual bedroom. We have a ledge up there with skylights. Another ledge with skylights. There's a chimney stack. There's ductwork in there, so we definitely want to check that out. Could have been vandalized, and that's the reason why the hole is there. They were searching, fishing. Now, I noticed that the registers are really nice. They were removed. That could have been done by the bank when it was foreclosed by. Okay, here's a nice touch as well. It's a walk-in closet, walk-in cedar closet with a bookshelf, places for hanging your clothes and coat. And that walk-in closet connects those two bedrooms together. This is probably what would have been the master. Just the biggest room. We got a shelf here and a shelf here. I'm curious to see what's on this shelf. So, okay, so you have a really small workspace here. I'm not sure how feasible it is for workspace. I think it's more for storage. It's really small. I'm not a tall guy, and I can't stand up there. Really interesting space. I believe the previous owner might have been an artist, somebody with a lot of flair for design. So the upstairs is pretty nice. Tenant wise, what was the tenant that we will put here? A young professional, wants downtown access quick, maybe has one child. Unfortunately in this country, most households are single parent households. So this would be perfect for a young couple with one child, a single person with one child, or just an older working professional who likes to have the amenities. But then again, anybody who feels like they could fit their family here would probably be a good candidate. Just looking at the bedrooms, there's really, truly just 3 bedrooms there and 1 bathroom. That bathroom in the basement could definitely be finished out. Put a wall there and turn that into a second half bath. Okay, so then we have a deck in the rear. This deck obviously would need to be painted. the deck leads into the backyard. It's fenced in on two sides from the neighbor. You have a nice tree here for shade in the summer. The garage looks to be in decent shape. However, the door and things like that, this door was nailed shut. The door needs to be repainted or replaced. And I don't believe we have the key to get inside here. All in all, I think it's a really great house in a really great location. Had my eye on it for a while. Had some really beautiful features. Nice brickwork outside. The good thing about the city of Cleveland is there's going to be no point of sale inspection. You can take your time with this one, do the work. Now, directly across the street, looking at it on Google Maps, there's a what's construction going on across the street. If you look closely, that's a playfield. So they were constructing baseball fields and doing some work there. So all in all, what do you have? You have a mild rehab. I wouldn't call it a light rehab because you got to do electrical. You got to check your plumbing. You may have to replace a furnace. But in general, the property itself is pretty sound. So you have a mild rehab here, close to downtown, right in between Newburgh Heights, Tremont, Ohio City, the Steelyard Commons, Old Brooklyn. I think this is a good buy. This is a real brick too. I think this is a good buy, a buy and hold for now, and for future potential, it could be a good flip candidate. Right now, ARV would be around 52,000 on this property. As things continue to pick up in this part of the west side, you could see it go back to where it was originally. This house was purchased in 2008, 2004 for $97,000. And I don't think it's that far off, honestly, from commanding that price. I know what the comps say. The comps will say that the average for this area is 51,000, but also realistically, there's not a lot of comps that we can throw against it. Similar properties, fully updated in this area, are retailing and selling at 90,000 and above. So I think it's a great opportunity. I really like the house, and I hope you like it too. Any questions, get in contact with me. TonyFarah216@gmail.com, or give me a call. Thanks, that's it for now. Bye now.